Pretty busy. I've only talked to one person yet. The guy that was here? That's another thing I got.
Orange 48.
Last year they did one.
I mean, it seems that way.
You had to pre-sign up. Like, how do you prototype your game or whatever?
How do you bring your game here?
Yeah.
If you want to play test your game, you've got to register and pay. Everybody here pays for the table space for the weekend. It's pretty expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $400 for 4 sessions.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I forgot that or what happened with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but did that 6 months ago or something like that. Getting this all lined up.
Okay. I don't know what I was thinking.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, you got a quick demo or?
Well, yeah, I'm going to be starting a game. If you want to check it out, you can watch. I don't know. I mean, they should be sending me some players at some point. Like
Okay.
soon, like now.
They kind of like coordinated and everything up
So
there.
these guys,
like,
that's what they're doing. Is they're assigning these players to these games.
they're assigning those players to these
Those
games?
players to
Okay.
these games,
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
59, orange 59, $5.
But $400 though, definitely.
Yeah, and yes, it was $450 if I remember right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny thing, I'm gonna tell you a little too long story, but I just came from I just did the NEA Game Fest
Okay.
in Arkansas like 2 weeks ago. Like, and then I lost the video of documenting the convention, and then I got all paranoid and tried to slap that footage together and like recover the footage, and then like I was supposed to be putting the finishing touches on my little prototype, but then now I feel a lot better that I didn't do the right thing because I'd had to pay $400 anyway, and I would have had to do it like 6 months ago. So,
Yeah,
okay.
there's that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's that. Okay. But so like you said, like y'all signed up for like the 4 to something block from like the 4 to 7 o'clock block or something.
So they have 2-hour blocks. They run them from 8 in the morning till 10 at night.
Okay.
And so there's 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6.
Okay. And like the $400 gets you just 2 hours
It
or
gives you 4 slots.
4 slots.
4
Okay.
2-hour slots.
So like 8 hours. Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 hours for $400. Yes.
Over the course of the.
Over the course of the convention. Hey,
Cool.
you here for Code of Daggers?
Yes.
Excellent. Have a seat.
Okay. Are you playing for Daggers Soon?
I'm gonna film it for a little bit.
All right, man. I'll see you. Yeah. Howdy. How's everybody?
Great. How are you?
Hey.
I like that board already.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. This is my game. Dan Cassar. Zach, nice to meet you. David. Owen. Rob. I'm gonna forget L. I'm gonna ask.
That's okay.
Please don't be offended. It's just me.
What's your name?
Marcus.
Zach, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
I think Marcus is just gonna be hanging out.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So this is Code of Daggers. Pretty much done making all the noise. All the noise. All right. Most of the noise. All right. So this is called Code of Daggers. Everybody here familiar with Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Somewhat, at least. If I talk about Varys and Littlefinger, do you know who I'm talking about?
Not the first one, but Littlefinger, yeah.
Okay, great. So these are conspirators, right, who are basically trying to manipulate and play the noble houses against one another in their bid to rule from the shadows. That is you. You guys are members of the Court of Daggers.
72,
The Shadows
72.
conspiracy to rule the southern kingdoms from the shadows. Okay? These are the southern kingdoms. There are 7 of them, of course. And each one has its own unique color. This is the desert kingdom of Bakara. This is, the mountain kingdom of Dragonspire, and so on. Yellow, blue, purple, green, red, gray, and brown. You will notice that each one has two sides and two different crests associated with it. That is because within each kingdom, there are two houses that are fighting for control of that kingdom. So in Bakara, we have House Sunguard and House Moonray. Okay, and
77.
Sunguard cards have this sun emblem on them, and they are played on this side. And Moonray cards have the moon emblem on them, and they are played on this side. And you will notice that that each color has a solid side and a hollow side, right? One that has got the color in the foreground and one that's got the color in the background. You'll also notice that the cards on the hollow side have a pattern on the border, whereas the solid side are just plain color. And that is the same for all of the cards in the deck.
80.
This is called the Scion deck because each card represents one of the scions of the great houses. Scion is a supporter, a member of that house. And when you play a card from your hand, it goes to the stack where its house lives, right, on the appropriate side of each kingdom.
84. Orange 84.
When you play a card to a kingdom, so cards you'll notice have the name of the character they represent, which house they're a member of, and they have a rank. It's 1 through 5. Okay, every card is unique. Every house has 1 through 5. And there are no repeats whatsoever. And so there are 10 cards of each color, 5 for each house on each side. If you play a card to the board, it adds its value worth of influence for its house within that kingdom. So right now, there is only one card in Bakara in the Yellow Kingdom, and that's this card. So he's adding 1 point of influence for his house. So House Sunguard is dominant within this kingdom because there's no one else to oppose him. But then let's say somebody comes over here and plays the 2. Now there are 2 points on this side and 1 point on that side, so now House Moonray is dominant. This becomes important at the end of the game, but it's important to understand which side is actually controlling each of the houses, each of the kingdoms rather. One house will be in control unless there is a tie in each of these kingdoms based on the cumulative value of the cards played on either side. Does that make sense? Okay.
Would you touch on the transparent versus solid thing?
Yeah, so there are every kingdom has 2 houses. There's one solid house, right? So there's red solid and red hollow, and then there's green solid and green hollow. And
The background.
yes, the background. You could think of it also as patterned and solid. So this is patterned, and this is solid. Yeah, right. So this has a green border, solid border. This has a pattern
Yellow
border.
1.
Okay. And you'll notice that this has the stag, this has the
Yellow
flower.
1. Yellow 2.
It's all reinforcing. There's nothing tricky going on. Yeah, yes. It's all just trying to remind you where things go. Right. All right.
Yellow 4.
Cool with that? Yeah. All right. So when you play a card from your hand and play it to the board, it adds its influence for its house within the kingdom. But some other things can happen as well. If you play a card whose value is the same as a card on the opposite side, of course, it's in the last pile I checked. So let's say Miles Sunguard is here, and then I come along and I play on Easterly. Because she has the same number as the card that was already out there, this causes an assassination. She assassinates him, and he gets discarded and goes in the assassination pile. This causes a swing in the influence. Same can happen with any number. If there was a... Correct. So if we have, the 5 over here, and you were to play the 5 on the opposite side, right, she would assassinate him. Or if she was played first, and then you played him, he would assassinate her, and she would go to the assassination card. And you can see how that can swing the value of the 2 houses. The other thing that can happen is you can cause what's called protection. Before I get to protection, when you cause an assassination, which is done by playing the same number on the opposite side, you remove the extra card and then you collect this assassination token. When you collect the assassination token, there's only 1 for each kingdom. It's got the skull on it. You would get 3 points if you hold it at the end of the game. If you were to assassinate again within that same kingdom and you already have the token, you would flip it over to the locked side and that would be worth 5 points. If it is not locked, okay, and someone else assassinates within that kingdom, they would take the token from you. Okay, but if you lock it, they can cause another assassination. Doesn't matter. You keep the token.
That's removed, but it doesn't.
Everything else happens normally, but no token moves. Questions about that? Okay, the other thing you can do is protection. If you play a sequential card, so let's say the 1 is already out and then I go play the 2. Or if the 2 is here and I play the 1, it's also the same, or if I play the 3, also the same. As long as it's immediately sequential to a card that's already there on the same side, the lower number will protect the higher number from assassination. So in this case, the 2 is protected. So if somebody were to play the 2 on this side, they're allowed to play it, but no assassination occurs, no one moves the token, and they add their influence, but nothing else happens. That all makes sense? Also, when you cause protection, you would take the token for that side. So I cause protection on this side, I would take the Moonray protection token for 2 points. Somebody else did it on the same side, they would take it, just like the assassination token. If you do it twice and you also locks, and it's worth more points. It goes from 2 to 4. This goes from 3 to 5. And remember, only the lower number protects the higher number. If the 1 is never protected because there's nothing lower than it.
Assassinate the 1, assassinate the 2.
Correct. If you wanted to assassinate the 2, you could start by assassinating the 1 and then assassinate the 2, right? If you had 1, 2, 3, the 2 and the 3 would be protected, but not the 1. This all makes sense. The order in which they're played does not matter. What does matter is whether they're in the pile. Does that all make sense? Okay. The last thing that can happen when you play a card is you can conspire. At the start of the game, there will be 1 card in the conspiracy row, drawn at random, and then also at the start of the game, you will have 1 card face down in each kingdom. This is called the conspirator in that kingdom. All right. If you play a card that does not move a token at all, or if you play a 1, any 1, okay, within that kingdom, and there's a card there, you take that card, turn it face up, and you add it to the conspirator. On your turn, you're going to play a card from your hand to the appropriate stack. You're going to resolve assassination, protection, or conspiracy as necessary, and then you get to exchange a card from your hand, if you choose, with any card in the conspirator. So you can take a card from your hand and put it out here, and then take one of these and put it back in your hand. All right? You're going to start with a hand of 13 cards. You're going to play 8 rounds. Each card, you're playing a card and then swapping if you like. You're going to play down to 5 cards. At that point, the gameplay ends and you move on to endgame scoring. You're going to take, of those 5 cards, you're going to discard one of your choice face down, discard pile, and then you're going to try to score the remaining 4 cards that are in your hand. How does that work? Let's say this is the state of the board at the end of the game. There's 5 points of support over here and 6 over here. Okay? So House Moonray is the dominant house. Then I would say, okay, we're going to take each kingdom and score it. So if we're scoring the Yellow Kingdom, we'd say, okay, House Moonray is dominant. Everyone who would reveal whatever remaining yellow cards are in their hands on both sides. So let's say I had a better card over here someplace. Oh, that's what I was looking for. So let's say 2 people are holding yellow cards in their hand at the end of the game, one of those last 4 cards, okay? We would reveal them, and then you would hold on to them. Let's say you're holding this 5 and you're holding this 3. You would add the value of whatever was revealed to whatever's already on the board, and then see if that changes which side is dominant. So there's 6 points over here, you would add your 5, that's 11, and then there's 5 and 3 is 8. So this was dominant and remains dominant after revealing the cards. And so when that happens, this is called a coronation. In the case of the coronation, whoever reveals the lowest value card of the dominant house would get this crown token, which is worth 6 points. Okay? If another person was holding the 4, let's say, they would get it because it's lower. It's got the lower value. If another player was also holding a card on the winning side, they would get the support token, which is worth 5 points. Okay. However, if the situation were different, let's say nobody was holding cards on this side, and let's say that only one player were holding, let's say, let's not do the 3, let's do the 2. So this would stay 6, someone reveals this 2, now it's 7 to 6. So now the dominant side is switched to the other side. If that happens, this is what we call a coup. Okay? In the case of a coup, the player who revealed the highest value card would get the coup token, which is worth 10 points. Okay? And if there's another player who also is on the right side, they would get the support for 7 points.
How are we holding on to a high value card to possibly
If you think you can, yes.
why wouldn't you hold on to it?
If you don't think it's going to win. It depends. You'll see as the board evolves.
Multiple yellow cards more than is it progress to do your card to add or exceed the highest card?
All cards add to the value, and you would use whichever card you like to count for, like, determining whether the first place is second. So it would be whatever's most advantageous to you. And if you happen to be holding cards for both sides, they would both count. So you can actually screw yourself out of points that way. But another way to look at it is unless there's a tie, in which case nobody would score. But unless there's a tie, if you're holding one on either side, you would score one side or the other. And endgame tokens, right. Last wrinkle, there's a third way, is the 3s. 3s are special, and they have a little 3-point icon on them. If you win, if you're holding this in your hand at the end of the game, you get bonus 3 points. Okay? If it scores, it has to be from the dominant house. So if you're scoring with the 3, you get a bonus 3 points in addition to whatever you get from here.
The numbers range up to 5.
1 through 5. That's it. Any questions? No, those are the endgame tokens. No, you are master manipulators. You don't care who's actually ruling which kingdom, right? You just care that at the end of the game, when the conspiracy is revealed, your agents, which are your cards remaining in your hand, are correctly positioned to seize control of the right kingdom so that you score the most points. Does that make sense? You don't care who rules.
Are they my points or they're the houses that gives me these points?
Points will go in front of you on the tokens.
And they could come from different places.
Yeah, they will come from everywhere. You don't, like I said, you don't care. It doesn't matter to you. What you care about is that you're able to correctly predict which houses are going to be dominant at the end of the game. And you have those cards in your hand at the end. Does that make sense?
Can you just explain the mechanism here? I know you did.
Yeah. So, conspire. Yeah. So, if you play a 1, or you play a card that, does not move a token at all, does not get you points. Okay. And there's a card in that kingdom where you played. Then you take that card and add it to the conspirator row, and now it's just an extra card for everybody to swap with. But since you revealed it, you get first shot at it. So,
Plus if you play a 1 or
play a 1 or play a non-scoring card. Either one.
into a house.
Yes, you're playing 1 card per turn.
Cards are only played into the houses. Right?
Yes, that is the only place.
I feel, for me at least, it's a lot easier to learn. I can't keep this out of my head.
Yeah, I mean 4 to 6 players. Go ahead and deal me in too.
This is 2 to 4.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could, man.
Gotcha. No
Yeah, this
worries.
doesn't go up to 6. The other one goes up to 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, starving artists. But, I just ran it before this one. All right. So first thing we do. Well, so the first thing we're going to do is seed the board. So there's 6 players. There's 4 players in 7 kingdoms. So we're going to seed 7 cards. So the rulings that you can't have 2 cards from the same house, or that would assassinate each other. So this is for Two, 3, 4, 5. Wow, a lot of moves. 6. All right. Let's go back in.
70 card deck, right?
70 cards. 7 kingdoms, 10 cards each kingdom.
Because there are 4 players, there are 7 cards that
Yeah, for each player less than 4, you remove a kingdom.
one kingdom is doesn't take play at all.
Yes. That's how it scales. 1 card goes here. No, that is the initial conspirator. Sorry, yep, I put it in the wrong spot. Now it makes more sense. And then we deal out.
You had 2 players, and you move 2, and then you also take all those cards out of it.
Yep. I must have miscounted.
Sorry, I spoke while you were counting.
Check, make sure you have 13.
I can see them all.
Yes. You're going to want to sort your hand by color and house.
You took the greenhouse out, right?
No, all the houses are in play. All the kingdoms are in play.
Okay, yeah, like at 3.
At 3 players, it'd be 6. At 2 players, it'd be 5.
Gotcha.
All right, and let's say you're the start player. Oh yeah, so there's 3 cards, by the way. 3 extra cards. Nobody gets to see those. Those are out of the game. Okay. Yes, if you score with a 3, it's worth 3 bonus points. Yes, only at the end of the game. Okay, on your turn, you must play a card from your hand. Then you may exchange a card from your hand with the card in the conspirator. And if you play the same value, it assassinates. You play a sequential value, it protects. And if you do neither, you can conspire. Or if you play a 1, you can possibly do multiple things. Alright, so that assassinates. Goes in the assassination pile, and you take the token. And then you may exchange if you like.
I can exchange with that. Any card that's out there,
That's right.
1 card in exchange.
Yes. And now it's your turn.
Still trying to get the hang of it. So I'm trying to project something about. It's hard to know on the first turn what to do. Because things haven't been on.
Yeah, assassinating just assassinating is worth 3 points. Protecting is worth 2.
Any number higher than what's down
It has to be the same number on the opposite side.
Number assassinates sequential number protects. Or sequential number protects.
Sequential number protects, yeah.
I don't know this is the best offer, but I see it's a move I can do, right?
There you go. She gets assassinated, and you get the assassination token.
Right.
All right.
I could trade with that.
And now you can exchange with that if you like.
I think I'm gonna pass.
All right.
The lower sequential numbers are good for protecting your higher cards. Good.
We're also good for winning in a coronation, right? Because the lowest number is the one that wins.
What's the coronation about?
Coronation is at the end of the game. If the dominant house stays dominant after everybody reveals their cards, then the lowest card that got revealed would take the higher points. It's harder to explain. Once you see it, it's easier. But
That's like when everybody has no cards in hand left, right?
If there's another assassination,
everybody's playing down to 5 cards. Then they're going to get rid of 1 and try to score the remaining 4.
lots of protection.
So if someone were to play in one of the 2 that haven't been played, nothing would happen. Is that correct?
You conspire.
Great. Let's do that.
Okay.
card gets flipped and goes over there.
Yep, and now you can exchange.
I will take that.
Now you have to put a card out, and now it's your turn. And now everybody can exchange with 2 different ones.
I'm going to assassinate.
Yep. Yep. So that goes to you.
It's not locked in.
Nope. And then we're going to fan these so everybody can see who's been assassinated. If you'd like to exchange, you may. Every turn you must play, then you may exchange. You're good. All right. Yeah, if you want to look at the rules or whatever, if you did, my postcard has a QR code for my website, so I got links to my feedback forum, the rules, whatever.
Let the folks take it out.
Everybody does get to see it though, and it's I played with different versions of that, but I like everybody seeing it.
What was the card that you do have?
I told them not to do that, so this is. Yeah, you add it first, then you show.
The first little protect action, that's what got that, right?
Yep. Right, because the 4 is protecting the 5. There you go. You can exchange if you like.
Let's see now.
Now the 5 is protecting the 4.
No, the 4, the lower number always protects the higher number. It doesn't matter what order you're played in.
Okay.
Is it better to lock points or still
Stealing generally is a bigger swing, but locking guarantees it, right? Yeah.
I'm going to exchange.
No, it's yep. Yeah, you lock it by doing it again in the same game, on the same side. You know.
I'm gonna steal the assassination token and put it in
Sorry.
Assassinating is only the same number or
Same
higher
number.
So higher number does not.
Nope. Well, it can be protected by the lower number, by an immediately lower number.
But on that turn, it doesn't.
Well, if you played the 3, that would the 2 would then protect the 3. So you go
Or like, but a 3 over here would do nothing.
would do nothing. Yes. Yeah, and since there's no card, it would need to conspire. Yep, you take this one. Yes, there's 1 on each side for protection, but only 1 for the whole kingdom for assassination. All right.
I
Change?
would like to exchange.
the tokens in front of you, that's your influence in the houses, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like your reputation, you know.
Good question. Does his protection go away?
No,
Has
no,
to be stolen.
it would have to be stolen in order for it to go away.
So
Yeah.
just assassinate
It
it.
doesn't do anything.
How do you steal it?
You would have to protect on the same side. Yeah, to take it from you, you'd have to protect again on that side, which would be hard to do. Because the 4's gone now. So it would probably be, you know, so we could play the 1 and then the 2 or something, and that would be it. Yes, you may.
These are not in the right spot. Are they?
No, they're not. They should be over on this side. You're right.
That's on me.
Yeah, when I do the next version of the board, I'm going to put the pattern on this side. It should be easier to see. Yes. Yep. Yep.
Protect here.
Yes, you will. No, he would have to do it again.
This would have
Yep. Yep. Three different tunes you can choose from.
I'm okay. I'll pass.
Change. How many cards you have? All right, so 2 more plays. 2 more rounds. Yeah, he went first. So. He gets 2 more.
I start thinking in-game.
5. Yes. Assuming there's no tie, yes.
How good or bad is this for me? What does this do for me? Not
That
much,
would
right?
steal that from him.
I like that. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
And then am I exchanging it?
conspire.
And how do you get that conspire off again?
Either by not scoring points if there's a card, or playing a 1 when there's a card.
Yeah.
I think he wants the 5. No?
That's great. I do want the 5.
That does not assassinate. It's protected.
Oh, bummer.
It wouldn't conspire either because there's no card.
I'm just gonna go. Playing poorly.
Swap.
Too good.
Yep.
Did you ever consider any other themes?
Well, I've been working on the game about 10 years, so yes. On and off. It has not been a steady 10 years. I actually came up with the idea for this game while I was working on my other game.
The Starving Artist?
No, Arboretum. It's a card game about trees, but in the middle of the development about that, I came up with this system, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a different game.
I feel like I
did.
played that.
Yeah.
It's like similar to Wingspan in some ways. Is that right?
I wouldn't compare it to Wingspan, but, it's, sure.
The big popular Arboretum?
I don't know. What do you consider big popular? It's in Target.
I think so. I mean, does it have like a 3D tree or something?
Yeah, it's got a big purple tree on the cover.
Okay, yeah. I made a guy, I influenced a guy to buy that one time.
I'm
yeah.
no kidding. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe about 10 cents.
Oh, yeah. 10 cents. So good.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. My boy Darrell back in Dallas.
Nice. Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Nice.
Currently in Little Rock. Yeah.
Louisville?
Currently in Little Rock.
Little Rock.
Yep.
Never been. Entirely possible. Alright. Are we in the second last round? Or is this the last round?
That should be the last round. Wait.
No, one more.
Hold on.
I have sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we said I had 2 turns left.
Yeah, maybe it was my mistake. I apologize.
Yeah. So in that case, I do not want to exchange anything.
But yes, you get one more.
I'm playing this, which I think gets me 2 tokens. Right? Because I protect.
It assassinates here.
And I assassinate.
Yeah.
So I get yours.
Yeah.
Rascal.
It also solidifies this side a lot.
that's the part I haven't gotten. So I'm now at this point in the game, I should be thinking about which.
Probably should have been thinking about that a little earlier, but
Well,
yes.
it's my first time. Maybe you would.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I don't quite understand the strategy. Maybe I'll get there.
Well, remember, so at the end of the game, the cards in your hand, you want to match the dominant house.
I would like to play again with that in mind.
Like my other game, you have to play it once to kind of get it, and then you play for real.
Okay, I think my turn's free.
It's a short game, so we probably have enough time to play twice if you want.
I would play again.
Way back from where?
We'll see how endgame goes, and then you tell me.
Yeah. I think we're going to decide.
Do you think Renegade Games is going to take this one too?
Actually, so they wanted to publish it. So Renegade, I showed it to them when this was still. So this game has been through so many evolutions. It was originally about competing scientific theories. The two sides were different theories of different sciences. So you had biology and physics and optics and whatever, and then you had, luminiferous ether versus, phlogiston theory and oxygen theory, oxygen versus phlogiston, luminiferous ether versus electromagnetism, in different, competing theories. And each was a paper that would refute the other side or support something on the same side, right? But people weren't getting it. So I went with Game of Thrones. But when I showed it to Renegade, they were like, look, this game is just not going to work. They were like, we feel it. I was like, okay. So I went and I made this. And this took about another 2 years for me to get it back to kind of where it was playing well. And then I showed it to him again. He's like, oh, it's really good. He's like, maybe you should change the theme again. I'm like, no, sorry, I'm not changing it. It took me this long. No, I'm not doing it. So that's why I'm going to Kickstarter next year.
You could have always just went Cyberpunk.
How do you get into the scientific theories?
I thought phlogiston was a really cool word.
Phlogiston. That's something with blood or something?
Phlogiston was a theoretical particle that in the Renaissance they thought that's how things burned. Is that they had phlogiston in it, and it would release the phlogiston and when it burned, and it would stop burning when it ran out of phlogiston. We didn't know about oxygen at that time, so this is what happened. And then they discovered oxygen, and they're like, nope, phlogiston isn't a thing.
Phlogiston. Nice.
Epicycles.
Right, epicycles, another great one. Yeah, I wish I could have I mean, I had heliocentrism versus geocentrism, which is epicycles are all about that. Wow, you got robbed, my friend.
Back with 7 tokens.
I think. No, I think I'm good.
Okay,
Six cards.
so this is your last play.
Okay.
This is the game's last play.
What a privilege.
It is. It's a big advantage, but there's a lot of advantages to going early turns too, because you get the first chance at a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, they balance each other out. Hard to say exactly. That's Moonray. The moon. All right. Okay, so now everybody take one. No, don't reveal your hand. Take one card. Discard it. Face down. You get rid of one card. I did say it at the beginning. Don't tell me I didn't. All right, and then we're gonna go kingdom by kingdom to score. Everybody did your card.
The cards, that aren't discarded will get added
Essentially. All right, yellow. We've got 9 to 5, so Moonray is dominant. Everybody reveal any yellow cards you had to show them. Okay, so this is 8 and this is 10, so this side remained dominant. So this does not score, but this does. So you get the crown. All right, blue, and that just goes away. Blue, we've got 9 to 5. Everybody reveal blue cards. Okay, so we've got 8 to 10 again. So this does not score, but that does. You get the blue crown. There you go. Purple. We've got 9 to 4. Anybody have purple cards? Oh, okay. So you both had 5s. Hold it in front of you. So, right. So this stays dominant. So you get the purple crown, and that does not score. All right.
How did you decide which one of them gets it?
Because he was from the correct house.
Solids,
He was
solids.
from the other house. Yep. 3 to 9. Green cards. Wow, we got 7 on this side. This is 10. Any green cards? Oh, you pulled it off. You pulled off the coup and the 3, right? And the 3, which is pretty awesome. So you get the coup, 10 points. Good idea.
Oh, that's swingy.
Yep. And then red.
I think they keep
Yes. So yeah, you would get the red crown.
You get the coup by having 2 in the standoff?
You get the coup by flipping which side is dominant. At the
Okay,
end.
nice.
Gray. Anyone? 3 and 3. So this does not score, but this does. So you get the gray crown. Yep. Just like that. And then brown. You get this. So yes, but that does not score. So you get the brown crown. Oh, you had one from this side. Okay, so you get the orb. You get that. That's it. And then just add up your tokens. Plus your 3s if you have them. If they score, they have to score. Yeah. Yes, it did. Yes.
25.
Not a lot. 34. You won by the 3.
I've never beaten you in anything. You beat me every time and everything. Yes. You're way better.
That's the game. What do you guys think?
Yeah. It's, once you have like the checkmating on, it's like, okay.
I always find the first time playing anything like that. I think we stuck right in. I like it.
We can play again if you like, or yeah, we'll do it again. Awesome, that would be great. And
Places.
Yep, if y'all ever want to see this on YouTube one day, here you go.
Thank you.
For sure.
hey, thanks, man.
For sure. Somebody give the folks a piece or something.
Thanks, everybody.
My goodness.